Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. We've got another Monday mix today, and today is the 7th of October. Now I've got a bit of exciting coin news for you at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But firstly, we'll kick off with a few things that I've received in the post. Now anybody that watches M Collect's channel will know that he did a hunt fairly recently. I think it was number 133, where he'd totally missed a coin. And I noticed it during the hunt. I never thought anything of it. And then at the end he said, if anybody spots it where it was turned over, the winner would get both an Mrs. M Collects signed bunny, and the coin that went missing, which as it turned out was a Sherlock Holmes, which M Collects is his favourite coin. And there it is, missing coin hunt 133. So like I say, I did spot it during his hunt, and I never thought anything of it until at the end he said if anybody spots it. So I had to go back and find the timestamp for it. I think somebody else might have watched it before me, but they didn't put the comment in. So I was lucky enough to win both that and a signed bunny by Mrs. M Collects. Now, he did send us a letter with that, because I've got a few other coins as well. Hello Glenn, please find attached to this letter coins from the swap as we arranged, and 2 additional coins. The very first signed by Mrs. M, Benjamin Bunny. He says even he doesn't have one in the collection. And the missing Sherlock from the 50p coin hunt number 133. Yes, so I did do a coin trade. I've sent him some coins, which you'll probably see on his channel at some date. But nearly all of them that he sent me were from Jersey, apart from 4 coins. So the first one, this is from the Falkland Islands. Let's zoom in a bit. So we've got the Gentoo Penguins from 2004. In ranked broadly on the obverse. No mintage figure for that one. And this one is from St Helena and the Ascension Islands with the dolphins. This one's dated 1998. And again, no mintage figures for that. Jersey coins. We'll start off with pennies. This one has got the Jersey coat of arms from 1980. This has a mintage of 3 million exactly. Arnold Mackem portrait of Queen Elizabeth. And all the rest are the same design. So we've got the Loch Tower, which is a coastal defence. That one's from 1986. That has a mintage of 2 million. Exactly. Same design. And this one's from 1994. Again, mintage of exactly 2 million. And the final penny is from 1998. And that has quite a larger mintage, 6,350,000. 2 pences next. So again, we've got one with a Jersey coat of arms from 1975. Mintage of 3,250,000. And all the others are exactly the same. So this is the Hermitage at St Helier. This one's dated 1983. This one has a mintage of 800,000. I've got one from 1992. Now apparently there's 2 1992s you can get. There's a non-magnetic one and a magnetic one. This is the magnetic type, 1992. This mintage is 2,250,000. Next one is 1998. Mintage of 3,750,000. And got a couple more. This one dated 2002. Rather a strange mintage, 1,259,000. And the last 2 pence I've got is from 2008, a mintage of 2,459,000. Let's just bring these in a bit. 5p's are next. Again, the design all exactly the same. So this is the Seymour Tower, which is the offshore defence. This one's dated 1990, mintage of exactly 4 million. This one's dated 1993, mintage of exactly 2 million. (1998), and the mintage for that one is 3,200,000. One for 2006, that's got a mintage of 1,200,000, and they're all in very good nick. And the last 5 pence I've got is from 2008, and this has a mintage of 3,600,000. And we've got 3 10 pences. This one depicts the Faldwick Dolmen tomb at St Martin. This one is dated 2006, Iron Broadley portrait. This had a mintage of 420,000. This one is from 2010, mintage of 640,000. Now they're copper nickel. Now in this one here I've got from 2016 is nickel plated steel, so this one is magnetic. Again, in on Broadley portrait, and this has a mintage of 490,000. Now last but by no means least, I've got 2 absolute crackers from the Isle of Man. This one is dated 1982. Now this one's rather a strange one because I've got a UK coins app which gave me one mintage, and that was for 45,000, and New Mister says 100,000. Now it is an AA die. Now it's going to be very hard to see because it's right in that little rock in there. I don't know if you can see that. That's an AA die. Rather strangely, again, New Mister have this down as a non-circulating commemorative, but a couple of books I've got says it is a circulating commemorative, so obviously New Mister's a bit wrong there. That one, by the way, depicts Mick Grant, who was a former English professional motorcycle rider. He'd won the TT 7 times. And this one, it's had a bit of a battering. I think it's just water damage basically, but this one again, AA die, and that's down just to the left of the 50, and just see it underneath the laurel wreath. And this depicts the sidecar racing. It's supposed to be Mick Boddice and Dave Molyneux. And this had a mintage of 30,000, again a circulating commemorative. Like I say, it's a bit on the battered side, but I don't care because it is a very, very nice coin. And that was the coin trade I did with M-Collects. To be honest, I think I've got the better deal out of it. I did send him some trading cards as well, but you'll be seeing those, no doubt, on his channel accordingly. Now, the next thing we'll do is move on to what happened on this day. Right, well, we'll start with events-wise. Now, today is actually 1 year since Hamas led that brutal assault against Israel, killing over 1,200 people and over 240 hostages were taken. War's still ongoing, but worryingly, it's actually spreading throughout the Middle East. We just hope that everything sort of calms down and everything goes back to normal before long. Now, on this day in 1949, Germany actually split into two, West and East Germany. East Germany was actually controlled by the Soviet Union, and they became the German Democratic Republic. But Germany was actually reunified almost 41 years later on the 3rd of October 1990. Now, born on this day, and probably a few of you won't be liking this, but Vladimir Putin was born in 1952, so celebrating his 72nd birthday, the Russian president. Also born on the 7th of October, this time in 1959, is Simon Cowell, the entrepreneur, judge on Pop Idol, Britain's Got Talent, American Idol, amongst others. And two deaths of note: 7th of October 1849, the American author and poet Edgar Allan Poe. One of his famous books was Murders at the Rue Morgue. And also dying on the 7th of October, this time in 1956, was the American inventor Clarence Birdseye. Yes, there was somebody called Birdseye, and he was famed for freezing food to be sold to retail outlets. So obviously you get your Birdseye fish fingers, amongst others. Now, the number one song on this day, I'm just going to go back to 1980, was The Police with Don't Stand So Close to Me. It was the second week at number one in what would be a 4-week run. Now, there was a couple of other tracks you can see either side of that, of this graphic. We've got David Bowie, The Jam and Blondie, and obviously Barbra Streisand as well. But I'm not going to do a spotlight on the police coin because I did that not so long back. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to clear this board and then we'll go into some coin news I've got for you. So on Friday the 4th of October, there was a royal proclamation which announced the release of some other coins that are probably going to be commemoratives. I wouldn't have thought they'll be going into circulation. Now, there will be a few graphics along the way. These are just my own personal representations of them. They're not going to be the designs that's actually going to be on the coins. Now, it was actually mentioned that no further Myths and Legends coins will be issued. Presumably that was just in the Cooper nickel variety. But there is going to be a new £2 silver coin depicting Beowulf and the dragon. So whether we'll be getting a Cooper nickel version of that, I have no idea. Now, there's been 3 £5 coins announced. Now, we do know that we've had 6 of the James Bond ones out, and there was going to be a 7th in the series. Now, this one is going to be, as expected, a completer coin, which is going to depict all the 6 vehicles that was used on the previous 6 releases, with the inscription 007 and 6 decades of 007. Now, the next Music Legends coin that's been announced, I was under the impression that Rod Stewart was going to be the run for this, but it's actually going to be Paul McCartney. Now, there's going to be a design of the head of a guitar and some piano keys with Paul McCartney's signature and the inscription McCartney across the reverse of the coin. Next in the Tudor Beast series is going to be the Greyhound of Richmond, which will no doubt be similar to the Queen's Beast coin in design. Now, with £2 coins, there is a couple to announce. There's going to be one celebrating Eric Arthur Blair, who best known as George Orwell, from his novel 1984. So it's going to have a depiction of an eye with the inscription Big Brother is watching you, and his name George Orwell, with some edge incuse lettering, there was truth and there was untruth. Now, I was trying to work out what this actually commemorated, because George Orwell, or Eric Arthur Blair, died on the 21st of January 1950, but he was actually born on the 25th of June 1903. However, the novel 1984, I thought, well, was it 40 years of that? But no, because 1984 was actually published in 1949, so that makes it 75 years ago since the publishing of that book. Now, for all you ship enthusiasts, you'll be interested to know there's actually going to be one for the HMS Belfast. So it's actually going to be depicting the actual vessel, the HMS Belfast, with the inscription HMS Belfast on the coin. On the edge, it's going to have Pro Tanto Quid Retribuamus, which apparently is Latin for "What shall we give back in return for so much?" And now it came from Psalm 116 verse 12 in the Latin Vulgate Bible, which has obviously been translated into other languages since. Now that motto actually also appears on the Belfast City coat of arms as well. So before anybody starts saying, oh, the HMS Belfast is the £2 coin for the Royal Navy, the HMS Belfast did not go into commission until after World War I had ended, so it can't be the same ship. Now there is actually going to be quite a few 50 pences coming out. Now we've seen all the dinosaur coins that's come out in the past, but now we're moving on to some Ice Age Giants 50 pences. Now this is animals that sort of lived in Eurasia a million or so years ago. There's one going to be the Mammothus steppe mammoth. The next one is a Coelodonta woolly rhinoceros. And the third one is Megaloceros giant deer. There's also going to be a 50 pence which has a depiction of 3 military medals with the inscription "Stories of the Second World War." Now, whether we're going to be seeing any of these actually in the annual set is anyone's guess. We'll have no idea whether some of these coins are going to be issued towards the end of this year or they're all going to be for 2025. And finally, there's going to be a coin celebrating author Helen Linden Gough, who was Australian born between the 9th of August 1899, died 23rd of April 1996, but was better known as her pen name Pamela Linden Travis, or P.L. Travis, who actually wrote the book Mary Poppins, which was obviously subsequently released as a film and a stage production. So this coin is going to have a depiction of Mary Poppins with the umbrella and carpet bag and the inscription of the word Mary Poppins on it. Now that book was actually published in 1934, so it's got to be 90 years since that book was published. And there was also 7 later books that actually followed that initial one, so there's actually 8 in the series. So let me know what you think about those coin releases. Personally, there's a couple that I'm interested in, some I'm not so interested in, but no doubt I'll probably end up getting all of them. But that ends the lesson for today. So once again, thank you for watching, and until the next time, keep on hunting, enjoy yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.